Next technique we're going to talk about is what we call our Okie Doke technique. What the Okie Doke technique is, it's a technique that can be used versus an opponent when you want to use their momentum and he's beating you to the point. Again, it's not a technique we like to use a lot. It's kind of a makeup technique or a catch-up technique. If you're not able to get your assignment done on this guy and he's beating you to the point, we have a technique that's called an Okie Doke where we use a little bit of his momentum against him to get the block done. Again, it's not something that we do a lot. It's a block that some of our more experienced players have used when they haven't been able to put themselves in position to execute the block that they're trying to get done. So here's a look at what it looks like. Again, it's not something we use a whole bunch, but it's a way to make up for a technique if you're not being able to get it done. So for instance, here we got a zone play, an outside zone play going to the left, and our right guard is getting beat off the punch here when he's trying to cut off this 3 technique. So what he does is he uses this Okie Doke technique where he'll grab or club the guy from behind and let his momentum take him up the field. And it's very difficult to make a play right here when we're using this technique on you. Okay, here's an example of a play going to the right, and the same technique now by the tackle. He's going to use the guy's momentum to Okie Doke him and go around him, and he gets the guy on the ground. Again, it's a movement or a technique that they're not expecting. Here's another example of it. Here's a guy who we would want to cut if we could here, but it's going to be a clip. And so he knows he can't get his job executed. So one of the answers that we have is to Okie Doke him. And it doesn't take much, just a little club on his shoulder here, and that momentum is going to take him past the ball carrier.